It's SEC baseball tonight from breezy Baum-Walker Stadium in Fayettville. Got some May baseball between two old rivals with plenty to play for going down the stretch.
Has been exceptional.
So it's an offense in Ole Miss that strikes out a lot against a pitcher who strikes out a ton for this big 6'6" left-hander out of Florida.
Not really get hurt.
Here comes the payoff, and that is strike three called at the bottom of the zone. Early in the count, they ambushed him a few times. He started going to the cutter, goes back to that pitch again, and K. Spacetta on three pitches. 1-2. How about a fastball over the inside corner for strike three called? Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. What a start for Hunter Dietz and the Razor. And that pitch just about clipped him. It did. Troy, you were pointing out the numbers from Elliott. Hit by pitch timer at 3 when he delivers, and New will wave and miss.
That's just a great fastball.
Rutenbar at second with 2 gone. Kosha lifts that in the air. The wind will try and work this towards the chalk, but Utermark there to make the catch. Rebels in the first. That one floated out to center for a base hit, and Will Furness doing what he has done so many times over the course of his career, get another hit. That's his fifth. 1-2 to Reuter. Softly hit to third. Pompey scoops it. Flips to second for 1. On to first for the 5-4-3 double play. It's back to work. Big breaking ball, strike 3. 4 Ks, Troy, through 2. Scoreless. Ruiz top 10 of the conference and on base, and he will single up the middle past a couple of Rebels for Arkansas's first hit. Played back in by Federico, and Ruiz on base. Team USA and Coach Bianco that summer. Souza lifts one in the air, right center field. The Winds start to work this back to the 400-foot sign. And Federico there to make the catch. Souza didn't homer in the month of April. Just about started May with one. And speaking of pickoffs, Ruiz was in no man's land. And now the Rebels try to finish off this rundown. Elliott's involved as well, doing a lot of running. And finally Ruiz is tagged out. And Troy, that's the 4th pickoff for Hunter Elliott. Pokes one out to right for a base hit. That was some plate coverage. Aloy gets Arkansas's second hit this inning. Stewart waiting on another payoff. Here it comes. Down and out, ball 4. So he waits on the 2-2. Elliott works with 2 on the timer. That one laced to the gap. Left center field. It's got a chance towards the wall. Goodbye. TJ Poppy with the laser to the hog pen. And the Razorbacks strike first in a big-time way.
Well, I'll tell you what, Brett, the thing that TJ Pompey's been working on is very quiet with that upper body. Watch how quiet that upper body is, and then he just explodes. An absolute rocket out to left field. Hit 415 feet.
He's just getting a little drift.
Didn't he? That's no fun.
Yeah, he hadn't been feeling great. He's back behind the plate today. Now he's going to be on first base with the first walk from
It was a brand new mitt.
Owen Pano socks one out to right center field. Micah New on the move, but he can't get there. Has to take it on a bounce. That is the second single for the Rebels, so the 8 and 9 hole hitters both reach. Pompey had the 3-run homer in the bottom of the second. Ground ball to Koschel. Can Arkansas get 2? There's 1. Relay from Souza. In time at first with Rutenbar on the receiving end for the double play to end the third. Dietz and Townsend tomorrow. Guys like Helfrich also factor in. And Ryder with the walk. You don't get the pickoff.
Yeah.
Runner advances to second. Koschel swings, drives one high in the air to deep right field. It's up on the building and gone. And it's the Razorbacks out to an early 5-0 lead on a pair of bombs from Pompey and now Koschel.
Is if that thing's going to hook or not, but I think he hit the ball so hard it stayed straight. But that's the hanging breaking ball about chest high. And again, a no-doubter just disappears up onto the Hunt Family Development Center. Yeah, you can see Cam. The ankle's not hurting him at all right now.
No.
He is floating around the bases.
4 games that week. He's going to strike out, and that's number 5 for Hunter Dietz. Sweeping breaking ball at the top of the zone. Troy Dietz has been able to work those different parameters, and he has struck out 6 through 4 scoreless innings.
For the cut.
Cujillo smashes one out to center. Federico turns and looks. It'll clear the fence. A laser beam of a home run for Aloy. 115 off his mighty bat to the Razorbacks lead at 6-0. All 6 runs, scoring on a trio of homers.
How about a home run to center field in under 16 degrees exit angle? That is a frozen rope. We thought Pompey's was hit on the rope. That was almost 20 degrees. Aloy just got a hanging changeup by Hunter Elliott. Look at this thing. It is an absolute rocket. It looked like it was shot out of a cannon.
It's been mouth-watering to say the least. That's grounded sharply, and it's to the left of Koschel into center for a base hit, so that's the 3rd single.
And that Razorback team that could really swing the bat as well.
Jones will wave and miss. That's strikeout number 7 for Dietz. We've seen it have movement down. As Dicker rolls one. Is that a fair ball? It is. Glove by Rutenbar. His throw to second base is not in time. Arkansas went for a reverse double play. I thought that ball. Strike 3 called. Came back with the cutter. That's strikeout number 8. 100 on the season. And Troy, he's had that pitch working this evening.
Well, he's really feeling it tonight. Like you said, 8 punch-outs. That is
like they've got the ability to beat anyone.
And that's strike 3 call. Ruiz will poke one out to right field. Diving try by Becerra. Able to make the catch.
A little bit.
Yeah, that was loudest I've ever heard her scream. Becerra sends one out to right. Stewart with the grab.
Surprised myself on that one. That a little top spin. You can see it really start diving right there. And boy, that's just a great read by Stewart.
He was one of the 8 strikeouts recorded by the Rebels today, and he's going to hit one high in the air to right center field. Well struck. Stewart is back at the wall, running out of room, and that ball is gone. Udemark hits his 18th home run of the season, and it's the first Rebels run tonight. It's a 6-1 game. Heavy on the strikes. 54 of his 85 pitches have been strikes. As I say that, he walks his 3rd tonight. Another payoff pitch, another walk. So the 2-out home run from Udemark. 1-2 to Jones. Strike 3 called. Inside corner. 9 Ks in 6 innings for the left-hander Hunter Dietz.
Well,
weren't they here in the regional?
I think they were.
Souza socks one to center. Back goes Federico, turning and running, and that ball's going to short off the fence and kick away. Souza might have 3. He'll turn second. On his way for a triple. In with the dive. What a way to start the bottom of the 6th for the Razorbacks. One-hit scoreless baseball against Arkansas in that regional last year. Ground ball to Furness. This will get the run home. Aloy with an RBI as Souza comes across to make it a 7-1 game. That one gets Stewart. Indeed it did.
shooting balls to the gaps.
Grounds one to the left side, cut off by Pano, but the flip dribbled over towards Furnace. And Troy, we've talked about this shift in ground balls and maybe a little different turn of ball when you hear that.
It really is.
Ground ball up the middle, that's a base hit. Here comes Stewart around third, he will score. Pompey to third, Arkansas's made it 8-1, and Dad can stand and applaud because his son just knocked in another run. And a high five from the parents behind him. Agreed. 3-1. Drill to right. Hit well. Back to the wall. Climbing at the fence. Goodbye. Fireworks flying as Ryder Helfrich shoots a 3-run homer to right. And that's number 15 for one of the best catchers in college baseball, Ryder Helfrich. Troy, he gave himself a pitch, and that's the ability to shoot one out to right.
Yeah, he really worked on that in batting practice today, and he made an adjustment. Everything he saw was away, and that's up and away, right about belt high. Helfrich does not miss it, and it's going to come right at us.
So he got the single against Koenig last year. He hits the homer to right through the sunset, and the fireworks flying. That might be my favorite shot of the year.
That was perfect. Great job by our camera crew.
Now, Cooper Dossett comes on to pitch, and if he can keep the Rebels from scoring, this game would be over.
We had a couple pitches.
That one's tagged to left. Hit a ton. Back to the fence, and that's gone. And this game has been removed from run rule territory for the time being as Foley hits his 7th. And the fans in the hog pen throw that thing right back.
And this is already a Rebel team that can hit the long ball, and you can add him to that equation.
Strike 3 to Pena for out number 2. A couple of bombs tonight. They're up to 80 on the season. That one stroked out to left for a base hit, so Federico gets his first. It was a team. Big deep breath from Dawson. Here's the payoff pitch. Is that a swing? I think it is. Becerra did not check. Plate umpire Derek Malika rings him up. And a K to win the inning. Souza dribbles one up the middle. Decker there. He's going to have to hurry this throw, and he did not get Souza. Nolan beat it out. His second hit of the game.
Country.
Stroke down the line in right. Becerra on the move into a dive, and he won't get there. This is going to go to the fence. Souza's going to sprint around third. He's going to be waved in. He will score, and the Razorbacks run rule the Rebels to take game 1. Kuhio Aloy with 3 runs batted in, including the walk-off. And Arkansas takes it 12-2, and that's the biggest smile we've seen from Kuhio Aloy in quite some time.
Boy, tremendous play coverage by Kuhio Aloy. That pitch wasn't even a strike. It was off the plate, and that's a big win for Arkansas. This is a really good Ole Miss team, a veteran team that came in. Hunter Elliott just didn't quite have his stuff tonight, but again, Arkansas really showed some offense, and offense with power, Brett.